Hello everyone and welcome to the BBB where today we are at the first round. Sorry for being so late, but yeah, there are a few cars I still have to run due to some issues, but let's get into it. First is the Interfar GT by BBB, which is sitting in last place currently. It got a 2 out of 10 on styling because I just don't like it. It just looks really bad. Yeah, just please go look up some design videos. It just makes me hurt. And it didn't drive very well. That's all I have to say for now. Or, well, that's all I have to say because it's the only time I'll be driving this car. But yeah, it just did not drive very well. It was very slidey, very. Yeah, it's not fun. I can't explain it. I just see in the footage me going on two wheels there. That was very scary. It's probably the only car that went that aggressively. But on to the next car. Skyfly by Hyperboloid, which, yeah, it's not really anything special. I know it was made pretty quickly, so I wasn't expecting anything special. But yeah, it wasn't very fun. I mean, look at the tall suspension. What are you expecting when it comes to handling? Anyways, got a 4 out of 10 on styling because yeah, I can't see any parts of the car due to the amount of rust. But yeah, I guess it fits slightly. Could have been worse. But yeah, handling nothing special. Drives, yeah, bad basically. Not good, not horrible. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Just doesn't drive very well. Anyways, on to the next car, which is Hyperboloid's Jin NSFW. Uh, which got a 5 out of 10 on styling because, yeah, I kind of like it. It looks weird, but you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. It has the details I like. Could have been better, but you know, could have also been worse. But yeah, I mean, look at the Interfar. Anyways, it rolled all right, but yeah, as you see in the footage, it's sliding around a lot, which is not very good. If it had some wider rear tires, it probably would have helped a lot. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a professional car tuner. Anyways, on to the next car, which is the Fartwork Pink by Lovedrake, which is in 28th. It got a 5 out of 10 on styling because yeah, it looks kind of funny, but yeah, it doesn't look very good. And yeah, on handling, it's atrocious. I have not driven such a bad car in a while. The suspension is far too soft, causing it to bottom out very badly. As you can see in the footage, steering basically doesn't work with that. And the brakes are also a joke. They're far too strong for their own good. But you know, yeah, it's probably something to do with automation not liking some stats. And I have the feeling that the suspension might also be slightly broken due to automation bugs. Anyways, next card, the Van Halen Eruption by Johan, which is in 27. Another 5 out of 10 on styling. No, it looks weird. It doesn't look very good, but you know, I kinda like it. It has something to it that looks kind of funny. Anyways, yeah, biggest problem is on this car is probably the weight balance, which is caused by it being so tall, or at least the body being so tall, which causes it to really like to not stay on four wheels. But you know, it's funny. It drives funny, and as I look at the footage now, it also has some serious problems with the brakes. But yeah, as you look at the slightly broken interior cam. But yeah, anyways. Next car is the Golden Raptor by Double Trouble, our legend, 26th. Got a 6 out of 10 on styling because, well, it's a tractor. What else is there not to like? But you know, it could use some extra details like chassis covering and stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, this thing is horrible to drive. I mean, look at the footage, it's sliding all over the place, trying to flip. It's absolutely terrible, really. Imagine it like this. It's like trying to drive a Mini times 800 with the amount of power of a Dodge Hellcat. I mean, it's a V16. What are you expecting? Anyways, next is Mr. Bean's Crippling Meth Addiction by Nocturne, which got a 5 out of 10 on styling again. But yeah, I mean, now that I'm watching it again, I like it more than I did before. But yeah, it loses 2 points automatically due to the eyebrows, which are a disgrace to humanity. Anyways, uh, Nocturne actually said that this thing would have some problems with staying on 4 wheels, but surprisingly it didn't. It's really stable for what it is, and it is actually pretty fast. I mean, it's set at 112. That's really good for the lowest power car. It has 88 horsepower. I mean, yeah, one of the problems is you can't actually see anything from the interior view to the glass, so I had to use the hood cam, but yeah, it's fine. Anyways, next is Toichi Kai 1 Racing by Shimmel, someone I help with challenges often. Anyways, he's in 24th and got a 7 out of 10 on styling. Yeah, he got the idea of the Koenigsegg 1-1 pretty well, in my opinion. Although I might be biased because I helped him design it. But yeah, when it comes to handling, no, no. I mean, it's not specifically bad, but yeah, it's just not fun to drive. It's like how you would imagine a Toyota Corolla to drive and then stance it and stuff. It's just not fun. But yeah, could have been worse. Could have been unstable. But yeah. Anyways, next car is the Prince 1999 by Johan. Despite the name, it's not from 1999. But anyways, it got a 7 out of 10 on styling. I think it looks pretty cool. Could have been better, but it's interesting, and it has all the details it needs. So yeah, nothing special, but it gets the idea right. Anyways, this car has hugely bad diff. I mean, the corner exit is god awful. The main problem with it is even if you go flat through the corner, because the open diff is so bad, you can't actually accelerate. I mean, look at the footage. You can see the car doing burnouts all over the place, and I actually lengthened the footage a bit so you can see it here. I mean, it's like 10 seconds of burnout, something absurd. It's not fun. Anyways, next is Brad's Little Buck Skywalker, which is a 22nd, and it got a 7 out of 10 on styling. Got the styling about right, though I'm just not a fan of the design. It's sort of weird. Anyways, yeah, since I drove the car a few days ago, I don't really remember that well, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't handle super well. I mean, I think it's front engine rear wheel drive. I can't actually see it due to my record audio thing. Yeah, front engine rear wheel drive. But yeah, if I look at the footage, it does seem slightly slidey, possibly even overly slidey. But yeah, it's not that bad. Anyways, next is Lacey's Thanos Racing, just Thanos Racing. In 21st, which got a 6 out of 10 on styling. It has a nice, yeah, it's a simple design. I like it. I mean, I did also help design this one. I'm not a huge fan of the front. I think the rear is pretty cool. But yeah, Lacey gave some context saying that this is a Fiero kit car, which adds to the topic pretty well. But yeah, it's not much special. It's just very unstable compared to the Impelius that will be coming soon. I think that's cars that a few runs. But yeah, not bad. Pretty fast. Anyways, next is the Miller Imola by CH Flash, which got an 8 out of 10 on styling and is 20th. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic design. Although it could be a bit dented or something. It's just a bit too clean. Anyways, yeah, this thing is a complete mess to drive. I can't say much else. Suspension is far too soft. It might be the tires. And the diff is a complete mess. It likes to not stay straight like you can see in the footage there. It really likes to drift. Despite it only having 205 horsepower, one of the lower numbers. Yeah, just not recommendable, though it does drive pretty realistic. Anyways, next is the Polestar Racing Maluk by Lacey again, which is 19th. It got a 5 out of 10 on styling. Yeah, it's not terrible, but yeah, I just don't like it. It doesn't really fit the body that well, especially the color selection and stuff. I mean, I know it's not really, wasn't actually meant to be a permanent entrant, and it was going to be replaced, but yeah, still, it could have done a bit better on design. I quite like the rear, but the front is no, I just don't like it. Yeah, it drove okay, but really nothing special. It's like, imagine driving a normal hatchback like a Fiat And yeah, imagine that basically. Anyways, next is a Leap SDX by Bibli, which got a 3 out of 10 on styling and is 18th. Surprisingly, despite the way it looks, it actually drives really well. So yeah, it seriously surprised me when I was driving this, especially compared to the Interfar. But it wasn't super fast. I mean, actually, it was super fast. So 109 is really fast. But anyways, 3 out of 10 on styling, since yeah, it looks like the Interfar but has a slightly better rear. But yeah, just not to my appetite. The styling, it could definitely use an entirely different front. But yeah, I've seen worse, and there is yeah, especially the Interfar, which is way worse. Anyways, next is the Impelius, which I was referring to before, which is also made by Brad and is 17th. It's yeah, it drove really well. I seriously, this is one of the best driving rear-engine cars I've ever driven. Just simple as that. It's really stable, so, which is really surprising compared to the Buck from before. But anyways, it got an 8 out of 10 on styling because yeah, it just looks funny. You can't not give it a high score on styling. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all the holes in the body. You can't not give it a high score. But yeah, a really good car overall. I really like it. Anyways, next is the limo, the Markley Sovereign Limousine by Maverick, 74. Yeah, it looks really cool. Got 9 out of 10 on styling. Yeah, it's just really good. Lots of detail. I like the blower, even though it doesn't have a supercharger or a turbo. But handling is a completely different story to how it looks because it is a complete disaster, unsurprisingly, due to the amount of yeah, oversteer and stuff. It's just bad, really bad. Imagine driving a limo and you have it there. It's just not good. But yeah, could have been worse. It's at least not undrivable, but it's definitely not good either. Anyways, next is the Falcon Torador, or rather, however you want to name it, by Kevin 980, just a new member to the Discord. Been really active. I'm sorry for stuttering there. Anyways, 8 out of 10 on styling. I think it looks great, though. Yeah, something just doesn't feel right. I'm really not sure what it is, but yeah, paint does probably have something to do with it. Also, ignore the gunshots being black. I accidentally recorded that part way too short, so apologies. But next is the Cayman Driver by Maverick again, which got an 11 out of 10 on styling. You know, yeah, what else can you give it? Just looks good. There's nothing bad to it, and yeah, just deserves it. Look at how cool it is. It's not. It's not. What is it? It's not punk. It's junk. 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 And you know it's not punk. It's junk. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't fast at all and didn't drive really well. I mean, yeah, it drove really well. I mean, look at how I'm bending it through the corners. Yeah. Anyways, next is the Armor Firefox by Gas Tires and Oil. So I had to shorten the name there. Yeah, just drove pretty well, but yeah, it's really unstable. I can't really explain, but it's like yeah, it almost drives like a rear-engine car at certain points, but due to it being a front-wheel-drive car, it's easily catchable, which makes it really fast at corner entry, which surprising me on how especially what Gas Tires and Oil said. But yeah, it also looks great. There's not much to say. It just looks really good. Could have been banged up, rusty, but you know, I can't expect everything. Next is a Swanson 112B67, which is definitely not from the year 1967 by Ludwig. It's got 9 out of 10 on styling. Yeah, it just looks fantastic. It has a lot of detail. I can't imagine putting that much detail into a car myself, but yeah, anyways. Yeah, it could have been dented and stuff for rusting, but yeah, it's not really necessary. When it comes to handling, it drives really well, though it likes to flip, and yeah, a lot of turbo lag. The turbo doesn't spool very quickly, but I can handle that, especially since it's fun to drive. and it's decently fast, so that also helps. Next is the FPG Cheetah by Lanson, which I'm pretty sure I've put the number there incorrectly. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, it drove really well, really well. But yeah, it's very oversteery at certain points, so I'm not sure if I actually managed two runs in it. But yeah, the run that I did manage was decently fast, so that's nice. Anyways, when it comes to styling, I think it looks really good. Yeah, I really like the style of style of design, but yeah, it could have been dented, and yeah, the color doesn't really translate well into BeamNG. Looks great in animation, but doesn't look very good in BeamNG. Next is the Angry Frog, like the Double Trouble again, which got a 6 out of 10 on styling. I mean, look at it, it's not anything really special, not a huge amount of detail, but you know, looks funny. It definitely looks angry, that's for sure. But when it comes to handling, yeah, it's probably the best car that I've driven so far here. Just, I mean, look at how fast it goes through corners. It's insane. Definitely a front to drive car, and it sounds absurd too. I mean, I'm not sure if you can hear it as loud as it actually was, but yeah, if you listen to how loud it actually was, you probably be deaf. Anyways, next is the FPG TR50 all-wheel drive V8 by Lanson again. Yeah, it's probably the most stable, balanced car in the challenge. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really slide much. It's a bit understeery, but yeah, you can definitely feel it's a truck. Body roll isn't great, but it's, you know, it's just good, and there's not much to say next to that. It's just good. It's just good. And when it comes to styling, it's just good as well. It doesn't look super good, but it's definitely not bad. So I mean, that's why it gets a 7. What else can you give it? I mean, yeah, it really isn't a special run or anything, although it did get a 108, which is really fast. Anyways, next is the Winthrop Donkey NA by Pisa Moreno, another new person. It got a 5 out of 10 on styling. I mean, look at how much detail it has. Look at it, right? But I don't think it looks very good, which still has to do with styling, so yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, it drives really well. It just sticks to the road. It doesn't do anything else. It just, yeah, where you point for it to go, it just goes. It's not much else. But it does need a different diff because it has way too much wheel spin. It's very similar to the Prince 1999 in that aspect. Next is my own car, which I won't say too much about, Better Deals Fire Stick. It's like buying a car off of Wish, Lanson says, which is why I got a 6. But, yeah, I mean, I designed it, so I can't do anything but call it cool, because I designed it. You cannot tell me otherwise, Anyways, yeah, it just drives really well, which is something I didn't actually expect. If you look at I don't actually have any footage of it, but when I was driving the car, my DD1, I almost broke my arms with it because of hitting the cone. So if I ever give the file to anyone, please be careful with that. Anyways, next is the Brockwood Climax Better Deals, which is not related to Better Deal, or at least my Better Deals, but yeah, it does have a Better Deals name. Anyways, got a 10 on the styling. It just looks really good. Like, what else can you give it? Look at it. It looks sick. Nocturne does its work again. Anyways, yeah. When it comes to handling, it's just really good. You'll see me later doing a bit of a burnout in one of the later corners. But next to that, it's just really stable. There's not much else to say. I mean, yeah, suspension is really good. The brakes are really good. There's nothing bad to it, but there's nothing incredibly remarkable to it, but due to the incredible balancing of the styling and the speed, it's high position. Anyways, next is the Winthrop Minion by PC Moreno again, which was ridiculously fast. That's absurd amounts of grip. Completely, yeah. Just imagine driving an F1 car, put up the levels to 11, and there you have it. Anyways, it got a 7 on styling. Headlights are just wrong, but yeah, it just looks really cool. It's not really my style of car. I'm not a huge fan of the mini shape myself, or the mini body, which is a better way to say it. But yeah, it's just good. Lots of turbo though. Why does it need such a big turbo? And it could use a better diff. Anyways, next is the Scrunkly time attack by LS Swap the RX-7, which got a 9 out of 10 on styling because, I mean, look at it. Look at it. How can you not accept this for being a cool car? Look at it. It even has a stick that comes with it. Anyways, yeah, it just has an absurd amount of downforce. Completely ridiculous. I don't think I have ever driven a car before this with so much downforce. I mean, yeah, F1 car, but a normal car definitely no. Oh, you can see almost flipping there. So yeah, the small size does cause some quite flipping, but yeah, it's just insane, and the gearbox is also insane. Next is the Sokudo Ajaira SRI Turbo by Kevin 980 again, which got a 9 out of 10 on styling, which, I mean, yeah, it's just cool. Looks like a cool track day car. What else do I have to say about it? Could have used some dents, could have used some rust, but yeah, it looks like it's about to be abused the hell out of by some 21-year-old thinks he's a race car driver and is about to go flat through every corner on Laguna Seca and total his car. Anyways, yeah, it just drives really well. It's not a huge amount of downforce like the Scrunkly does have, but yeah, when it comes to handling, it's just really stable. There's not much else to say. I mean, look at how clean the run is, look at how fast. Anyways, currently sitting in first position is the Wixen Luna Metal Pipe Racing by LS Swap RX-7, which I've given the full footage of just because it's the first car. Anyways, it looks really cool, though it does look far too clean, which, yeah, just could be a whole lot rustier, a whole lot more sponsors, a bit less shiny, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to handling, this thing is completely absurd. You know how I said how the Scrunkly was absurd levels of downforce? Well, this is basically on another level. It's completely insane. And it also has the advantage of having an insane amount of power, 258. So that also helps with making it currently the fastest car with a 103.9, which is actually pretty sure 23 seconds faster than some runs I have to do again. But yeah, just look at the agility. It's absurd. Can't make this kind of stuff up. And yeah, you could basically go flat everywhere if you try. I could have probably gone faster, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, sorry for the botched stuff, but yeah, I'm doing my best. Though I might have to, yeah, will I have to delay it? I might have to delay it, but next one might come out this weekend. At least I'm hoping for it to come out this weekend, and we'll be going to, where was it again? It was Industrial Park Curved, I think. Yes, Industrial Park Curved, which, yeah, it got randomly selected, unlike this track. But yeah, I'm really impressed by every car everyone has sent in. I'm still impressed by how you guys managed to make such fast cars with only $9,000. And I know that I'll have to probably do a lot more or longer sections in the video to do the cars justice. So I will do that next time. I'm sorry for, yeah, not being great with this kind of stuff yet. But hey, like Lanson said, this is a hobby. I'm doing it for fun. So, yeah. Goodbye, everyone. See you on the forums. Results in the description, or at least full results in the description and info on the cars. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Congrats to LS Swapped RX-7 for being first for now. Though that, of course, that might change in the next round. So, I'll be seeing you in the next round soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. 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 I am in your wall.